All right, so let's kick this off with Philip from Redstone. So, as more recent participants of Midweek with Max know, we like to open up 5 minutes at the top of the session for one of our partners to introduce themselves and make their pitch to our community. And I'd have to say that very nearly from the beginning, Redstone has been an incredible co-marketing partner. I mean, it's a great partner in that whenever you talk to the folks at the Redstone team, it's like, oh, we're thinking of this idea. They have a bias towards yes. And so, from the perspective of being co-marketing partners, they ever since very nearly the beginning, they've been amazing to work with. So I wanted to make sure that Redstone got the chance to be one of the very earliest folks to make their pitch to the Amigos and the Amigas in the audience. So without further ado, Philip, I give the floor to you. Introduce yourself, introduce Redstone, and let them know what all you do for Hemi.
For sure. Thank you so much for the warm intro, Max. Hello to all the Hemigos, as you said. That's a cool name. Well, I'm very glad to hear you guys find us cool to co-market with. We're always open to that. And you mentioned we were leaning towards yes, usually. I remember I joined Redstone around, I think, 2.5 or almost 3 years ago. So I've been quite early to the team. And right after I joined, one of the first feedbacks was, you should learn to say yes more often and not say, oh, I'm not sure if we can do that, and rather usually say, hey, we can do that, and let's just figure out how to get there, right? So that's been it's funny because that was one of literally the first feedbacks I received. But anyways, I'm BD for Redstone. I was 8th person on the team, so it's been a while. Well, and what I can say, right now I'm mostly having fun, working even more, and doing stuff. For those of you that are not familiar with Redstone, we are the fastest growing Oracle on the market. Over the span of, I think it will be 2 years now, early 23 is when we got the first partner. So a little bit more than 2 years, we went from literal zero to $9 billion of total value secured. So it's been quite unusual growth for an Oracle. A couple of points what we do, just in case someone isn't familiar yet. So as you know, Oracle market used to be pretty monopolized. I mean, there are plenty of Oracle protocols, obviously. But there is usually one big party, which everyone knows. And thanks to its size and I would say relationships with a lot of DeFi protocols, they used to dictate the terms. And I guess Hemi as an ecosystem, I assume you guys also work with multiple Oracle providers and we're onboarding different partners. I guess if you had a chance to let's say, talk with Chainlink and try to onboard them to your ecosystem, you probably noticed how hard the communication there is. And I mean, it's not cheap and it's very, very requires a lot of effort as a client, right? So that's a niche we noticed that we can try to close, basically. And that's what we did. So at first, we introduced plenty of tokens that were not delivered by other providers. And that were a lot of on-chain native stuff. So we did a special pricing mechanisms for those types of assets. And then it somehow went... after we first started doing, I think it was ETH LRTs, so liquid restaked tokens for Ethereum. We were super close with EtherFi, Renzo, Puffer back then. I think that was when we got first bigger signs of traction, because a lot of like blue chip protocols that previously only use chaining and were like, all right, it's either chaining or no other Oracle provider. And when they really wanted to onboard more of those like yield bring tokens, and they had no other solution, at least in the push model, they had no other solution than us. And they like dived into our tech, noticed that we had no mispricing, and like everything was good on that side as well. They're like, all right, we can try something else. And I think that was the main goal for Redstone. And I would say we already achieved a big part of it. So basically having tier 1 protocols use our feeds on main pools, and that is just making the industry way more accessible, and like I would say being able to develop fast, and just makes the competition better on the Oracle side of things.
Excellent. Yeah. So, like I said, you guys were, one of the, at least from a co-marketing perspective, one of the earliest folks that we worked with, and the Redstone humor is a unique one, right? I mean, because I saw the Matrix send up you guys did a while back, so I thought that was excellent. So, kind of wrapping this up, drilling down to more specifically. What do you most want our community of Hamigos and Hemigas to know about Redstone after all of this is after we hang up from this call?
I think I would like to say basically maybe two things, right? Because I assume in your community there might be some technical people, which obviously from our perspective are like probably I would say a better fit, or just like we are in theory, I don't know how to say that, B2B protocol, or like we don't really. What I mean here is like the protocol itself doesn't interact with an end user. So if I'm addressing something, I would mostly like to address it to devs. Here at least. So I would say on Hemi, Hemi is, by the way, good fit for us, because if we're specialized in the on-chain native stuff, I think Hemi has plenty of like BTC, LSTs, LRTs imported, and that's also a big part, let's say, of your culture. I would say Hemi is very unique in sense that it managed to onboard a lot of tier 1 dApps. So, we work with plenty of ecosystems, and let's say there are a lot of ecosystems where you can breach and probably do nothing, and Hemi is not one of them. So congrats to you guys as well, because you managed to build a vibrant one eco. And what I can say, like that, I see a lot of partners working with us on Hemi. So just to name a few dApps, like we're working there with Decen, BitFi, Satoshi Protocol, Summer Money. We have feeds deployed there. We're available in both pool model and in push model. And I guess if there are any like devs building in the community, we have push model feeds on Hemi that are, let's say, super easy to integrate. Those are basically the same chaining compatible feeds you see on every other chain. So those are very good feed for like lending dApps, CDP stablecoins, or like composable leverage or whatever. We also have one of the assets, I think, from BitFi, BTC, which is like another one that as far as I know, is gonna be a big one on Hemi. So I would say for the devs, feel free to reach out to us guys. Like we're available on Hemi, fully free of charge, with multiple price feeds. And we are also going to be deploying more of Hemi native assets as well, as soon as there is demand and they need us. And we already covered a lot of ecosystem dApps. So if you're looking for a battle test solution on Hemi, here we go.
Awesome. Thanks
Excellent.
for
Great
joining us.
way. Yeah, great way to wrap that up. Thanks a lot, Philip. Like I said, you're free to stick around if you got to leave. Nobody's going to hold it against you. But thank you so much for taking the time to address the community today.
And also, we'll add on to that, if you're developing in Hemi and you're looking at any of the other like Bitcoin LSTs, LRTs, Redstone they don't support all of the ones we have on chain, but they support quite a few of them, like let's see, Pump BTC, MBTC, LBTC, CBBTC. So there's a good list of the Bitcoin LSTs, LRTs. You can get a price feed from Redstone. They're not doing the push model for a lot of those. The push is more for the main ones, Bitcoin, ETH to USDC, USDT. But a lot of those more exotic Bitcoins are also available, which is nice for building applications that use all these different Bitcoin derivatives.
That's thank you, Max. We work pretty much with every single BTC LST provider. So, and we also did a couple of POR feeds, proof of reserve, for like Merlin, Lombard, Lorenzo. So, if you're building anything BTC LST connected, that's a good fit for us as well.
Awesome.